What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Brian Watkins, and welcome to another edition of the Brian Watkins channel. My subject today is called A Man with Any Qualifications, Credentials, or Experience in Making Money is a target to most females and women of the workforce. The reason why I'm making this video is for those of you who are aware of this, those of you who are becoming aware of it, and those of you who may not be aware of it. I'm doing this video so that you can become aware of it. Let's get started. Shout outs to everyone for sharing, liking, commenting, viewing, subscribing, and supporting and donating to my channel. I said it before and I'll say it again, but without you, I am nothing. Be on the lookout for more live streaming, super chat, my clothing line, and more platforms to expand the Brian Watkins channel. Continue to subscribe to my channel for two reasons. I make videos constantly, and you have a chance to win cash. Those of my new viewers, welcome. Hit the subscribe button for the same reasons. And also don't forget to smash that like button and present your comments on this video. And those of you who like to make a donation to the Brian Watkins channel, my link is in the description section. Let's get started. What I'm learning now more and more is like when I go into McDonald's, Taco Bell, more and more of those locations are starting to get the machine in there where you don't have to wait in line to place your order. You could just place the order, pay for it, get a number and sit at the table and they'll bring it to you. Or if it's to go, they'll take care of you, you can leave. So I'm noticing that apparently it's working well for the corporations of McDonald's and the corporations of Taco Bell. And what it's going to do in time, and I would have to say more so sooner than later, is those jobs are going to start to be eliminated at those particular locations. And what I'm seeing is, when I got a cup of coffee this morning, usually I get my coffee, they give it to me, and I go and leave. And the people that's working in the back, they ain't thinking about you. Not anymore. Women that work behind there, and they give you a free refill. So when I come up to get the free refill, what they're doing is starting to make eye contact with you. Not necessarily in a flirtatious matter or even a promiscuous matter. It's just they're making eye contact with you to, to fill you out on, if they see you again in the future, what type of approach to give to you, to try to reel you in. Because I noticed that females and women, the women that is of the career area and the female that works an entry-level job, they're looking at how they can reel you in to get your money to continue to help out on these bills that they've accumulated. And I'm noticing that it's the basic bills, rent. They got a car, gas, insurance, maintenance, food, all that stuff. And they're closing in. I made a video recently about what women are doing at Starbucks. Okay. Here's what they're doing even more since the last time I made that video. Is now, fellas, the real pretty women that's from I call it the high class corporate career workforce, the kind that they usually turn their nose up to you. Okay, guess what? Last night, 4 of them came in, and they was dressed really nice. They sat down at the table, and they was doing I would say a dry run on what guys could meet their standards. And I'm seeing that they're starting to reluctantly lower them. Now, as I said before, you have over here in the Midwest, you have a lot of women and females, like women that work a career. A lot of them work 4 to 3 day work weeks. Most of them get paid once every 2 weeks. So they're either short 16 hours of pay, or if they're working a 3-day work week, they're short even more. Most of them have a nice vehicle. Most of those vehicles are financed, with a car note. You can't have that if you don't have full coverage insurance. And this is where it's going to start getting worse for the average man that has any form of credentials, qualification, and experience in the work field. They're coming. Now, what I've learned, of course, unfortunately, they're coming with no savings, no investment portfolios, and no intentions to accumulate such for themselves, or even with you if you decide to have anything to do with them. And of course, this all comes back to ignoring Agenda 21. I'm learning over here in the Midwest, the average woman, the average female, is simply not interested in understanding that it's important to consider to learn how to start their own business to replace the income that they once had when they may have worked 40 hours. Nope. They simply want to do the 20th century to hitch a man with some pussy. And that's it. And that's not going to work today. Because thanks to the internet, the average man can pretty much take, if he has minimum experience, minimum qualifications, minimum credentials, he can go on the internet and Google to find out how to increase it rapidly and provide for himself. I'm learning that more and more men are starting to walk away from women. Why? Because thanks to the internet, you're able to see through them not only clearer, but faster than the speed of sound. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I love to see women look their best. But it's how they've decided to handle this situation. They're extremely in denial. They don't want to hear anything about the changing of the new world order coming in. They want to hide behind the average man that has experience, credentials, qualifications, and he has it in a way where he's earning an income for himself, whether it's working for a corporation or working for a up-and-coming company or working for himself, or all of the above. And she just figure, it's almost like, I look at it as, for an example, baseball. When you hit the ball and run to first base and the umpire say, safe. That's all she's looking at. And it's not going to work. I remember one man said it. He said, when a woman gets married, she marries a lifestyle. He said also, when a man marries that woman, he marries a body, which is true. You know, of course, men and women think totally different. And some of it's understandable, but also some of it isn't. And it's like, well, okay, honey, we got to sit down and talk about what's going on in today's world. This world is rapidly changing towards the presence of Agenda 21, which, if one is interested and open-minded, now it still comes with a lot of opportunities. But what I'm learning is she's not trying to hear all that. She's like, nope, I took my panties off. Okay. I let you touch me up. I touched you up. And we're going to totally ignore that part. And I'm being honest, it's almost like, not taking a bath ever. And expecting the odor to go away without any soap and water. That's what I'm seeing over here in the Midwest. And it's getting worse for them because most men are walking away. Most of us can see where they're coming from as soon as they walk up on you. It ain't got to the point where it don't even matter where I go. It could be to the library. It could be to the laundromat. It could be to any coffee shop. It could be just, just stuff that you would basically do maybe 5 or 10 years ago. Where they don't want me thinking about you. No. It's not like that today. Today is altogether different. They are all up in your face. And then they're starting to get upset that you is like, you're cordial or you don't say anything because you're focusing on what you got to do to continue to keep yourself from falling in that area. Over here, getting involved with a woman or a female, she a liability and debt. Now, what can a person do with a liability and debt? Nothing. Over here, most men are like, well, I got to look at these females or women from the angle of growth. Okay, sex don't count for shit. It feels good. Okay. But after you done got your feeling and satisfaction, what's next? And with them, they just will not even look at Agenda 21. I'm like, well, did you look at the video? Did you download the book for free? Did you go down and find out if it's at your local city hall yet? You're starting that again. I'm really not trying to hear that. But yet, they want to try to take your money. And see, most men are not interested in giving up their money today to a woman or a female because a lot of them have became, stupid. I have to admit, when I was coming up in the 80s, you knew who was the skank and the scammer in the neighborhood. But I got to give them credit. At least she considered that if she had to play that role and pretend like she was a team player and talk language of growth with that potential man she was trying to rip off, she did it. Whereas today, they stupid. Like a lot of them be on here trying to ask for gift card, Google cards, what is another card? Well, all them cards where they take the money, try to get the receipt from you, and take it back and get $25, and they done. Just fucking stupid as fuck. So now most men are just like, well, she's cute. I already see where she coming from. She can try to hide her scam all she want to, but I can see it thanks to the internet. So I'm going to pass. And they getting upset. And see, here's what the snooty, I call them the snooty career woman, who is very ashamed that she's working a 3 to 4 day work week. See, they rolling in to Starbucks. I say about 10:30 p.m., 11 p.m. Sitting there and they're just watching like eagles. And they like, well, girl, I don't want to do this, but if he work at McDonald's, I might have to jack him off in the car because I need his check. They're coming in with a plan that doesn't work today. Now, don't get me wrong. The 20th century, that plan worked. But this is the 21st century. You know, it's not working. You know, guys are comfortable with walking away from women today because we know and understand that she's not only being full of shit, she's going to stay that way. And then you got the cost of living that's going up. Everything is going to keep going up. And she's still ignoring Agenda 21 and still trying to hide behind your qualifications, your credentials, your experience, just by giving up, some pussy. And that's not enough. It's not. Fellas, am I right or am I wrong? Put your comments down in the comments section. I want to know. Don't you go anywhere.